My Chef Report. Today I'm going to talk about wingspan and aspect ratio of foils and what is good for what. I have chopped at least 2 front wings and many more tails, like 4 or 5 in my career, and so I know what happens when you shorten the wingspan and reduce the aspect ratio of a same foil. I also conveniently have on my kitchen counter 2 foils that I think they come from the same mold. One is just shorter wingspan, and I'm talking about F1 Eagle 690 and F1 Skate 650. I mean, I measured them, so trust me, and I can try to overlap them to show you how similar these foils are. They just decided to eliminate the last 5 centimeters of each tip, and I'm very glad they did them. They did that because I own both foils and I enjoy them in different disciplines. So the difference between the two, or the difference every time you chop something, both front or tail, is the following. The longer wingspan will glide longer and pump better. The shorter wingspan will go on the roll easier. It's kind of intuitive. You have to visualize something shorter going through the water versus something higher, longer. And it also has more speed. So that's also to give you a warning. Don't ever generalize too much. You cannot say that a foil, just because it has higher aspect ratio, is faster than another one. Of course, you gotta at least match the area, and then possibly, but not even, you gotta look at the profile. In this case, we have the same exact foil with the same profile that by chopping it became smaller. It went from 690 to 650, and of course that's faster. There's no question about that. So I use this for wing foiling downwinders. I actually would love if there was an Eagle 590. I used to do downwinders with a Armstrong 525, and I kind of miss the thrill of the top speed. But overall, this is such a playful and fun foil. And I use the Skate 650 for winging on waves instead, in which I go faster. I need a foil that can handle higher speeds, and that is the case. And maneuverability, of course. I'm on the waves, I want to do proper cutbacks. When I go on a downwinder, the cutbacks are gentle and mellow, never really 180 degrees, so I can get away with a little less maneuverability on the roll. Continuing down in the aspect ratio and wingspan measurements, one of my favorite foils for subfoiling on waves, for example, is the Phantom S, which has a aspect ratio 6.5 and also a little more curved profile. So it goes on the roll a lot better. So in my case, I like lower aspect ratios for subfoiling, but that's also because I never pump back to the next wave. Because of course, a low aspect ratio foil will not pump and glide as good as a higher aspect ratio one. But I only care about the carving part, so I like low aspect ratio. If you are a prone or a subfoiler who cares about pumping back to the next wave and keep going, then you might want to get higher, and that's why the Skate is also very popular for between prone foilers, because it's in between the pumpability of a higher aspect and the turnability of a lower aspect. And I hope this was simple enough for you to maybe have a little more clear idea about the topic. Everything I said talking about front wings applies to the tails also. Same exact thing. With the extra, actually, implication that, as we saw in the previous video, the tail also stabilizes the foil. So if you chop the tail of a foil, not only you go faster, you go on the roll more, you have less glide, you have less pumpability, less support to the pumping action, you also have less pitch stabilization. So be ready for that, and cheers.